first time I came into PFP, I remember the date exactly. I'm pretty sure it was December 28th of 2016. I remember Andrew and Joe and Travis were all there, and the first time I went, my dad took me in, and it was kind of just like a test to see like where my physical abilities stood at the time, to see what they could work on. And I remember we went through the test and we finished it, and everyone was so inviting. I don't think there were any other athletes in the gym. Like, it was just a few trainers and me and my dad. And I remember afterwards, we were just standing there talking, having a conversation, and my dad was like, "Do a pistol squat." And I remember Travis's face was just like, "She can do a pistol squat?" I just did them, and they were just like, "Oh my gosh." It was just so much fun in there, like even with like no one else except for a few trainers. It was so fun.
Yeah. Well, we found out right off the bat that she was a beast. She was a beast, and she was capable of pretty much anything and everything in the gym. She seemed like a veteran. She seemed like she knew what she was doing. And when she trains, there's no facial expressions. No facial expressions. It doesn't matter how hard whatever she's doing is. She just looks like she's got it. She's in control of it. So first time I met her in PFP, it was like, this girl is awesome.
January 24th of 2018, my dad and I went to the gym in Shepherdstown like we normally did a few mornings out of the week before school. And we worked out together, and we came home, and like as I was getting ready for school, he unexpectedly passed away. My mom and brother were there, my grandparents were there, and it was difficult to say the least, tragic. It's still hard to this day. I mean, it gets easier, but yeah.
When I first heard about it, I didn't have words, mainly because it was one of the first times that, as a coach, I had ever experienced one of the student athletes that I cared so much about having to go through something like that. So I didn't really know how to react. I didn't know what the words were. I just knew that we were going to be there for her.
Andrew helped me throughout months after my dad's passing, just to be able to spend time with him and talk with him a few mornings out of the week. Not that we talked about things every time. Some days it was just we'd work out and that was it. And other days there was probably more talking than working out. But it was really helpful because in those times you might feel like there's not many people that are like willing to listen and like respond and be able to help you and guide you.
It's 5 a.m. My new wife, we were in our apartment in Gaithersburg, and it was 5 a.m. and we were doing our Bible study together, and something so strong came over me, and I looked at Daniela and I said to her, I feel like I need to connect with Hayden more. I'm not sure why. And so that's when I actually didn't know that Hayden and her dad had a rhythm of going to the gym to work out in the mornings every single morning. So I reached out to her, and I don't remember exactly what I said, but I was basically just like, do you need a training buddy? Right? Like, and I was hesitant to do it because I didn't want to feel like it was like stepping into her dad's shoes to work out with her, right? But at the same time, it's like if I was in 6th or 7th grade going to the gym, or maybe 8th grade at the time, whatever grade you were in, if I was in that rhythm of going to the gym, like, it'd be kind of cool to have somebody to train alongside of. Little did I know she was going to be able to kick my butt in the gym, but that's a whole different story. Then it was March 31st, just 2.5 months later, that I found out my dad had been diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer, and that it was most likely going to go down a really bad path, and there wasn't much hope for him.
When Andrew came to me and told me about his dad and his diagnosis, I felt like it was like my God-given time to like take everything that he had taught me and helped me learn, and kind of like give it back to him, and help him through such a similar situation.
I met her at the gym, and I looked at her and I was like, Hayden, you're probably not going to believe this. I wasn't sure why God brought us together to do these things, but my dad, and I shared the news about my dad with her, and this is what's so incredible about you. You're grieving your dad's loss. 2 months into it, it hadn't been long at all, and the compassion that you had and the empathy that you had for me when I found out about my dad, it's like the roles just completely flipped, and you were there for me big time, and that was so cool, because without that piece, going through what I went through might not have been as easy as it was for me, and so you definitely were there for me, and yeah, well, that's what makes it a story, right? Because without that piece, you can't see how God pulls all things full circle. Hayden, you are a leader, and you are somebody that is just, people are drawn towards you because of who you are inside and outside, so step up to that calling and keep shining bright. You're awesome.
I mean, I have to thank you first for always being there and always being so kind and understanding. Just know I will always be there for you as well throughout whatever life may bring you. I'll still always be there, no matter how far I go.